Alright, now that I've reviewed all the movies in the Leprechaun series, it's time for me to stop and rank all 8 films from worst to best and finish up this Leprechaun Day, St. Patrick's Day. So we'll start off bottom of the barrel, worst movie in the Leprechaun franchise, not Leprechaun Origins. For me, this is just a massive letdown, and it had a good driving force behind it. The WWE films, they had some pretty good films before this. Hornswoggle going to be the Leprechaun. They had a driving force to continue the Leprechaun series the way they're supposed to, and they completely U-turn the whole thing. A completely different Leprechaun, completely different movie that's one doesn't feel like it's any part of this franchise, because every single one of these films are campy and weird and have that little bit of comedy in them as well as a horror. This is straight horror, and it doesn't work with this franchise. So it's number 8. Number 7, Leprechaun in the Hood. It was my first time watching this, and really I tried to like it, but the way people talk, the way people act, just the overall story doesn't make any sense. It's just Leprechaun always act weird, but he's acting the weirdest here. Smoking weed, which he's never technically done before, and just the overall story and the way it ends, the ending to the film, doesn't make any sense. Leprechaun cannot control people, even though he doesn't have that power in the next one. It doesn't make any sense. Number 7. Number 6, Leprechaun 4 in Space. Of all of these, it's probably the campiest. I'm not saying a lot, but I don't like when they put, unless they make sense. Like all the ones I named off in my review, they make sense to go to space. Jason works. It doesn't even make sense, but Critters and Hellraiser and Jason, they all worked in space. This did not. Leprechaun, it's like they ran out of ideas. Okay, where we go? He was in Hollywood in the second one, sort of. Vegas in the third one. Oh, let's put him into space. It doesn't make any sense. The characters are weird. Just all over. The weird slug guy, it's just weird. Number 5 is Leprechaun Returns. That is film in the franchise. And to me, I thought this would be higher on the list. But to me, it is sort of... I like how it connects to the first film, and I like how it, finding the one and only sequel to actually continue and have some chronology to it, but for what it has, it does fit the chronology just fine. You can watch the first one and this one back to back, and it could be a complete duology you could watch. But the cast isn't that very good apart from Lyndon Porco, Ozzy, and the main character lady. The rest of them are just throwaway characters. The gore is good, but sometimes the CGI is bad. And it's not as good as the last 4. So Leprechaun 4, Number 4 is Leprechaun Back to the Hood. Surprisingly, this one is way better than the previous Hood one. And I thought this would be done at the bottom with the other ones. But to me, I really enjoyed this one. I had a few problems here and there with the whole continuity problems. Being that this is supposed to be a sequel to the Hood. And it has nothing to do with that one. Just kind of... Although... Tony from Cinemassacre has a theory, even though they're all played by the same character, not including Origins, and they're all played by the same actor, maybe take all Returns too. It could be a different Leprechaun, But for what it is, I actually enjoyed this, and I may put it on my watch list for next year, who knows. Number 3 is Leprechaun 2. Now going into this, it would have probably been number 1, because I always liked this one over the other ones. But going through it this time and kind of looking through it, the critical eye, there were a lot of mistakes that I couldn't ignore. The acting is terrible. the Leprechaun's powers make no sense. Well, he's stuck in a wrought iron safe, but can still use his powers to make the pot of gold appear in Morty, but cannot take it out before he. But says he can't take it out of him unless he's freed from the thing. He wastes a wish to free him, but he can't make the wish come true, so technically he should have one more wish. But it's all over the place. It made any sense. And I don't know. Leprechaun 3. Number 2 is Leprechaun 3. I'm sleepy. 2 is Leprechaun 3. I enjoy this. Watching this. Back to back. I enjoyed this one a little bit more than the second one. And to me, it really just kind of, it's campy. It's great. The deaths are hilarious. It's got titties. Can't complain there. And it's just like the characters are better. The acting is a little bit better than the second one. Overall, this one does what the second one couldn't, and it entertains me. The second one entertains me, but this one really, I'm more satisfied with it. I do have problems, such as all the exposition of the Leprechaun being displayed on a computer for Scott to figure out, oh, okay, make a wish. And then this coin, you can make a wish on it. But no one in any other movie does not brought back again. I thought maybe in a couple of the hood ones they use that. No, this plot point of using a coin to make wishes never comes back again, which makes it irrelevant. But number 1, of course, is Leprechaun. Now, Leprechaun, Jennifer Aniston's first movie. You got this, all the makings of an early 90s horror film. And it's even one of those 90s horror films before Scream that really wasn't that terrible. It's actually pretty good. And it's a little bit campy, but not as much as the other ones would get. And it's got that comedy. It's the perfect mix of comedy and horror together like a sandwich. And it's great. So there you go, number 1. There's my ranking of Leprechaun franchise. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. How would you rank them? Like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one. What is the next one? X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. And we're gonna rock. And we're gonna roll. What?